Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to jump into today's crafting tutorial because I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a sublimated pencil tumbler. So if you're curious to see how I made this, then keep watching. Now, for those of you that don't know, my younger sister is an elementary school teacher. Her birthday is coming up within a couple of weeks, so I wanted to make her a cute teacher pencil tumbler for her so that, you know, she could take this to work, whether she's putting coffee in here, water, or an energy drink, whatever she needs throughout the day. But I definitely wanted to share this with you guys with Teacher Appreciation Week coming up in May. I believe Teacher Appreciation Week is May 2nd through May 6th, and this makes a great teacher appreciation gift. And this sublimated pencil tumbler is way easier to make than the typical glitter and epoxy tumblers that you see everywhere. I've made those before and they are always so tedious to make with all of the different glitter colors and the masking tape and all of that. So anytime I can make a sublimation tumbler over a glitter and epoxy tumbler, I'm probably gonna choose this route. But let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'm gonna show you guys what you're gonna need for this craft. All right guys, so for this craft, you're gonna need a few things. Now everything you see here, I did get on Amazon, and I will link down in the video description below for you guys, minus the little convection oven that we actually use to make our sublimation tumblers with. I did not get that on Amazon. Now you're obviously going to need some sublimation paper. You do not have to use A-Sub. I just highly recommend this brand. I use A-Sub paper for all of my sublimation projects. I've tried a bunch of different brands and I just really like this one the best. And I use my sublimation paper with my sublimation printer. Now this is an Epson ET2760, but I converted it into a sublimation printer. You're also going to need your sublimation tumbler. You can't just use any old tumbler. You have to use a tumbler that has like this special coating on it that will hold the ink that you're sublimating on there. And if you're using some shrink wrap sleeves, which I like to use, then you're also going to need a heat gun. You could just use masking tape with some heat resistant tape that I have here, but I just use these shrink wrap sleeves because I think they're just easier to use. So I have to use my little heat gun to put those on my tumblers. And like I said, you're going to need some heat safe tape. So I have mine up here on this dispenser, and I love this little dispenser, and I always want to tell you guys about it because I think it's like the best thing ever. You just turn this handle and it automatically cuts the tape into little individual pieces for you. So you're not like sitting there fighting it while you're trying to hold your design or your paper down. It just automatically cuts it by turning the knob. So I love that. That was a great Amazon find. And you're also going to need some heat resistant gloves because you're working with a extremely hot tumbler when it comes out of that oven. So I definitely recommend getting some heat resistant gloves so you don't burn yourself. And I'm also going to be using my iPad Pro and my Apple Pencil, but you don't have to use these. You can use any tablet or computer or device that you can download a digital design file off of Etsy from, which is what I did. But I'm also going to be tweaking it. So I'm going to be using my iPad because I'm going to be customizing this design to make this gift for my sister. All right, guys, I'm super excited to jump into this. So let's get started. All right, guys, so I'm in my app Procreate and I'm just going to open a new canvas. So I'm going to select the paper size, and then I just turn it vertically so that I can work with it. And like I said, I found this design off of Etsy. You can find a ton of digital designs off of Etsy and some off of Etsy if the artist sells them on their own website or another platform. So I'm just going to go to Add, Insert Photo, go to Recents because I had downloaded it. And there it is. So it is a pencil, and I'm just gonna turn it sideways. And then I'm just gonna kind of stretch it. Now I know that I'm gonna have to trim some of this off. So that's about where I like to put it. Now obviously I could just print it off like this, but like I said, I want to customize this. Now you do have to be careful about this, especially if you are reselling the product that you are putting this design on, because some artists do not want you to mess with their design. They don't want you to add anything or personalize it if you are going to be selling it in any way, shape, or form. Now, because I'm making this as a personal gift, I literally just downloaded this to make this gift. There isn't a problem with me customizing it because I'm not making any money off of this. I'm giving it away for free as a gift. So just be careful and take note of that whenever you are looking to purchase digital downloads off of Etsy. So now I'm just selecting the color black. I'm gonna go and make sure I have the right brush selected, which I like to use monoline whenever I'm just like doing, you know, plain handwriting. I am just gonna put her name on here. So this is what we're gonna do. All right, so I like the way that looks. So now we are ready to print this out. And don't forget, whenever you are printing a sublimation design, if you have any like words on it or a design that has to go a certain way, you need to flip it. So I'm just gonna select it and flip horizontal, making the words backwards. So now we are ready to print. So I'm gonna go to share, print as a PDF, best quality. And it's exporting, print, and I'm gonna make sure that my Epson Eco Tank is selected here. Okay, now first I'm gonna trim down my paper so I can get it to fit around my tumbler a little bit better. I have my paper cutter here. You could just use a regular pair of scissors, but because I have this, why not use it? And I don't really worry about trimming the sides that are gonna go on the top and the bottom of the tumbler because it's gonna wrap like this. And that extra white, I just kind of use to tape down over the edges. All right, so for this part, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have your heat resistant tape on standby, ready to go. So now I just gotta figure out which way I want this. So I think I kinda want it like pointing down like an actual pencil. So the black is gonna be on the bottom. So like this. So then you're just gonna wanna kinda get your tumbler centered up on your design. And then you're just gonna wanna wrap your design around the tumbler. Make sure you're wrapping it extremely tight, like as tight as you can pull it. And I just like to start by putting one piece of tape right on the middle just to help it stay secure. And then I just take my heat resistant tape and I just tape along the seam really well. Okay, so once I have the seam completely taped down, then I'm gonna go around the entire tumbler and I'm just going to cut some slits into my paper so that we can tape down those edges. Okay, so then I just take some pieces of tape like so, and then I just fold down that edge. All right, so now we're ready to put on our shrink wrap sleeve so that we can put this tumbler in our little convection oven. All right, so we just slide the shrink wrap sleeve on and then we are ready to heat it up so that it can fit around our tumbler completely. So I always just kind of slide the tumbler so that it's like in the middle of the sleeve. You see how there's excess sleeve right here and there's some excess sleeve on this end. So I just kind of center it up in the shrink wrap and then I will have my fingers on the inside of the tumbler and my thumb pressing down against the sleeve just to kind of help secure it into place while I hold it so that I can heat up the other end so that it can fit around our tumbler. So I'm just using my little heat gun here. All right, so now I have my shrink wrap sleeve on. It is extremely tight around the entire tumbler, as you guys can see. Be careful because it can be hot when you pick it up. Mine's just a little bit warm, so it's okay. So now I am ready to put it in my little convection oven. All right, guys, like I said, we're ready to put our tumbler into our little countertop convection oven here. So I have my temp set at 375 and I'm going to bake this for a total of 6 minutes. So I'm gonna put it in for 3 minutes and then I'm gonna roll it to the other side and then continue the other 3 minutes so that it bakes for a total of 6 minutes altogether. And then we're gonna wait for it to completely cool before we can unwrap it and check it out. Okay, so now I'm ready to roll it to its other side. Okay, so it has been 6 minutes. So now we're ready to pull it out. And I just like to set it on top of the oven while it cools. So I'm gonna let this set for a while until it is completely cooled down, and then we will unwrap it and see what it looks like. All right guys, so our tumbler is completely cooled now. So now I can peel off the shrink wrap and the paper so we can see how our tumbler came out. All right guys, so there is our tumbler. But I think this looks so cute. I think my sister is going to love this. Didn't this tumbler come out so good, you guys? I think my sister is definitely going to love using this. But like I said, this would obviously be a great gift for any teacher. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this craft. If you did like it, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other crafting tutorials. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.